Alright, so back by popular demand, I had story time in my childhood when I wasn't a bad kid, but I liked to do things that, you know, my parents didn't exactly approve of at times. Anyways, I had a good friend. He's still my friend. He hasn't killed himself yet, but Danny Serge. Good old Danny Serge. You know, I could say he was my best friend, and we used to have CB radios back in about the mid-80s, and that's how we would communicate back and forth instead of using a telephone. We didn't have cell phones. Those things weren't even, well, they had car phones at that time, or radio phones, but anyway, we communicated with people all over our area with CB radios. We tried to get all of our friends to get CB radios so we could talk, you know, after school or whatnot, or when we would go to bed at night. But anyway, we met up with some guy over in Pennsylvania on the CB radio, and he had a motorcycle. It was a piece of shit motorcycle. It was like a Honda 90. I'm sure it was a Honda 90. And it was a two-stroke with an oil injection. And it was junk. But he wanted $100 for it, for this motorcycle. So me and Danny, we shoveled shit. It took us like 2 weeks to get this $100 up for shoveling the shit out of we called it the chicken house, but it was a heifer pen where we had the heifers. And I don't know, it was just maybe once a month you'd clean this chicken house out, or the heifer pen out. And it was good for $50 if you did it. So anyways, we did that. We were talking on CB radio. This guy said he got this motorcycle, and the motorcycle was broken. It ran, but it didn't have a chain. That, you know, the chain was broken. So it was about this time of year. My dad was finishing up planting corn, and I was, you know, more interested in getting that motorcycle. So we take the big adventure. Didn't take a bicycle. We walked it. It took us pretty near the whole day to walk over there, get this motorcycle with a broken chain. I had taken chain links from out of the shop, and to repair the motorcycle so we could get it home. Anyways, we grabbed number 50s, and we grabbed number 60s, and we grabbed, I don't know, it was an oddball size. It wasn't normal, let's put it that way. It had to be a metric chain, I don't know. But no matter what it was, we had the wrong size. So we get on this motorcycle and we get it started, and we both hop on it, and it went great downhill. It went great downhill. But then we're going through Frenchtown. And you can't ride a motorcycle in Frenchtown. You can't even be on the sidewalk with it. So I walked on the sidewalk, and Danny was on the roadway pushing. He wasn't riding, he was pushing this thing, and the cops show up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Where are you boys going? Oh, we're just going home, you know. Where to get that motorcycle? Oh, we bought it. How much you pay for it? Well, we were supposed to have, and this reminds me of Forrest Gump, because, well, this was before Forrest Gump was out. But we had $100, but we got to Frenchtown and we were thirsty, so we stopped in at the general store, Heater's General Store in Frenchtown, and we bought a Dr. Pepper each. So Dr. Pepper back then was about 50 cents. So we were $1 short. And the guy was pissed. I said $100. I want $100. You owe me 50 cents. What a douchebag. I mean, 50 cents. $1. But whatever. Anyway, so we paid $100 for it. And, well, where's your house? And I had no business being in Frenchtown. I had no business walking to Pennsylvania. I had no business doing anything that I was doing that day. But I was getting away with it. So, we get through town, the cop leaves us go. He didn't bother us at all because we knew that we couldn't ride it. We knew we couldn't be on the sidewalk with it. We had to be, so that guy, that cop, he kind of showed up as we were getting up out of town. And then we get to Horseshoe Bend Road. And Horseshoe Bend Road, once we get up over the top, we're out of Frenchtown. And we're going to jump on this motorcycle and haul ass for home. So, what do? We get on the motorcycle, we give it the gas, and snap! Chain brakes. Damn it! What are you going to do now? A black cat on a stump. Anyway, so chain brakes. I pull out the chain links I got in my pocket and I stick it in the hole, and they're just not long enough because it was an O-ring chain is what I figure now. I didn't know it then, but the link was the right size. It just wasn't long enough to go all the way through. So, alright, that's it. Chain brakes, get the link out, and I couldn't put the plate on. I had to put just the clip on, and what we figured was we would start the bike up and walk along with it as the engine would go, so we would not have to push this piece of shit. So we make it all the way home doing this. No big deal. It was another 2 or 3 miles, 2 miles, and we made it all the way home. Pull it in the shed. I put the plate on, and I welded the plate on, the hole on the chain link, so that this thing would go. It was a dog, though. I mean, there was something wrong. The rings were shot or some damn thing. Just had no compression. And anyways, Danny got it up to probably a whole whopping 30 mile an hour as I watched him go past the farm driveway as my father came in with the tractor and the corn planter. Okay, I'm safe, right? I've done it. I made it there and back again like Bilbo Baggins, and I am now just going to have to help Dad put seed in the planter or whatnot. He comes in the shed, doesn't take a look at me, backs up, he gets off the tractor, comes in the shed, doesn't say a damn word, but man, did I feel that boot in my ass. He kicked me so hard I think I hit the damn roof. What the hell? What the hell were you doing in Frenchtown? All I could think was, how the hell did you know I was down there? You're supposed to be planting corn. Well, it was, it wasn't spring, it was fall. One of the deer hunters had saw me down there and told my grandmother. And when he got up to the farm, and my grandmother ran right, because we didn't have cell phones again. And my grandmother ran over to the field to tell my father that I was in Frenchtown heading home. And he didn't come home to get seed corn or fertilizer in the corn planter. He came home to put his boot up my ass. And, yeah, where's the motorcycle? I don't have it, Where's it stolen from? I'm not a thief, It was Danny was the thief. But, no, we didn't steal it. Anyways, Danny got about a mile away from the farm on this motorcycle. What do you know? The chain broke again. So he stashes it in the weeds and covers it up with a bunch of tree branches and stuff. And like 2 days later, we go back to get it, and it was gone. Somebody had saw it and took it. And that was the end of the Honda 90. I think my ass has still got a dent in it. But, yep, that's my story.